Hello, it's another morning in the Lee-Winans family home, and today we are just vlogging about our usual Friday routine. So come along with me. The kids are already gone to school, and my little man is here playing along with me. Okay, so just want to tidy up the home, the hall a bit, and then have some breakfast. Of course, after my gym work, and then go along with the day. Okay, Bobo, can you get down? Yeah, we can do this together. Okay, looks like we have a bright day, a bright sunny day. Set up the hall with your bottles. Look, Jaden even brought tomatoes in here. Okay, this corner of mine is always like a junk zone in this house, so every morning I've got some work to do here. So just look at this, my clothes. Okay, cloth. Okay, we go. Little helper, let's go. Just okay, guys, let's discuss this. I don't know whether they're societal pressures or just people want to know, because recently I was out in town and somebody asked, oh yeah, when is our next baby coming? When is our baby girl coming? I didn't even know what to say. I mean, I get that a lot, but this time it was a question thrown at me directly. I had to answer. So I just smiled, giggled, and then very soon, or one day. And then I went. But what kind of questions are those? Why do people ask that? Why do people want to know when your next baby is coming? Why do people want to know, oh, your tummy looks big, are you expecting? Why do people want to know when you're buying your new car? Why do people want to know when you're going back to school? Why? So I don't know, let's discuss. For me, sometimes it gets uncomfortable when you ask me questions like that. I don't know whether it's normal or I'm just making a fuss. It's a typical Friday, as I said. So after tidying up, I get breakfast. The kids are already gone to school, as I mentioned. I get breakfast, to take a shower, and then we are all out of the home to do our daily businesses. Okay, let's go have some breakfast together. Yeah, so this morning I'm having a cereal. I think I'll have some Weetabix, and some milk. Yep. I would usually not have breakfast, but today I'm starting. I have a hectic day, so I'm going to fill my tummy with something heavy. I'm having some Weetabix. Nathan is having a glass of fresh orange juice and a slice of bread.
Okay, so
Mr. A joined.
whilst then I was getting ready and tidying up the place, I overheard a talk about the pressures of society and the kind of questions that people ask. When are you giving birth? Are you giving birth? When are you buying your new car? What else?
When are you getting married?
When are you getting married? Well, of course you're married, but these are questions people ask other people. So your concern is, why should people ask such questions, right?
Yeah, I mean, are they really concerned?
Well, that's another issue, whether they are really concerned. But I think it's not out of place when people ask questions about your life. The problem here is in this generation, we've been so oriented to think that life is just about us. Like, it's my life. So I own it. I have a proprietary over my life. Nobody's supposed to ask me questions. I do things at the time that I want. I answer to myself and nobody else. I mean, the best people would say is I answer to God and myself and nobody else. But that is not how society is functions. Society functions in this sense that your concerns are my concerns. The worst question ever asked in the Bible was when Cain asked God, "Am I my brother's keeper?" So people genuinely have to be concerned about your next step, what is happening to you, and they want to know. But I get the point that not everybody asks that question with a good intent.
Yeah, but I think also there should be limitations. Like there should be limits to the kind of questions you ask. Because I remember I had this friend who came. I think I met her on the staircase to work or something, and then she had a few tears drawing down, and then she said somebody just asked her, "Oh, are you having a baby or something?" And meanwhile she just went through a terrible miscarriage, so her tummy still looked a bit big, and somebody just, "Hey, when is that baby coming? When are you having the baby?" That question at that moment wasn't so welcoming to her, and she didn't know what to say as the answer. So I don't think you need to, everything you see you need to ask.
Well, certainly not.
Because
it's not everything you see you ask,
yeah.
But certain things that's very obvious. You see maybe somebody you already know, and you know how she looked, and now you've seen her go through some change. Obviously she's pregnant. I'm just saying
it might not be.
I'm just saying you've known her, and you know obviously she's pregnant.
Okay.
And I think in the case that you may have asked, the person wasn't saying when are you going to give, saying when are you going to conceive. The question was when is the baby coming, more or less. So
you know from the bottom of your heart you're not pregnant at that moment,
because you had your friend had
she lost the
yes
baby.
But the other person was just asking out of genuine concern and excitement. I think we probably should loosen up a bit. But growing up, your neighbor could just straight the neck over the wall,
and that's what you're cooking.
What are you cooking today? It's not offensive, and our parents would tell them, and basically end up in about 30 to 1 hour conversation, and that wasn't offensive. So I think it's just basically our orientation right now. We think we own our lives. We think we are answerable.
Maybe we are a bit more private.
We are answerable to no one, but it's not. It's leading us to no good. I really don't see why we're so private, because society is not meant. Look, there are things that have to be private.
So why do you see somebody like, "Oh, you're putting on so much weight? Why? How come you're putting on so much weight? You're becoming too big."
Again, it's a genuine question. If somebody who knows someone who is slim, and suddenly you're putting on, do you
have to ask?
Not everybody would ask.
Okay.
Now people have become so sensitive. But if you ask, do you have to? I probably would ask. It's sometimes the way we ask the question. It is not so much the question.
Okay, maybe the way
it's asked.
Yeah.
Hey, you're putting on weight, Papa. What's your problem? Then that is offensive. But somebody should be able to look at you and say, "Wow, what's happening? Are you okay? I've noticed you've put on.
Or you've lost weight.
Or you've lost weight." People are genuinely concerned about us. There are others who may do it for mockery purposes, but people are have genuine concerns, and they should ask. And I think we should be prepared to give answers to people when they ask questions. Because we're not talking, we're having to deal with so much internally. When people ask genuine questions, we take it as offense. I mean, if you had a miscarriage, honestly, you can't go out there broadcasting to everybody I have a miscarriage. But I don't see a problem with that telling the close people around you that you had a miscarriage. There's nothing private about it. When you're pregnant, it's public. People see it. When you give birth, it will become public.
Yes.
People will know you gave birth.
Yeah, but the process
If in between,
from the pregnancy to the giving birth, it's very, very private.
it's not private.
and
It is
personal.
private when you go to the hospital and they're doing scans. It is private if you want to keep the gender away from people. But your physio or physiological look is not private. You will look, for the lady especially, you put on weight, you change, your figure changes a bit, your tummy will show. When that happens, and remember, if I'm getting to an elevator and there's a pregnant woman with me, I'll be concerned about her.
Okay.
If I'm climbing the staircase and I see a lady who is pregnant, I'll be concerned. If I'm in a public transport and there's a lady who is pregnant, I'll be concerned. It is because I have observed a change in her physio and I think she needs more attention. So I'll pay more attention to her. In the same way, if we know that within a period you're pregnant, that same concern would lead me to ask, how are you doing? How is baby doing? How close are we getting to? Just genuine. If you had a miscarriage, you just say, I have a miscarriage. I'm not saying broadcast it, don't put it on social media or anything, but the closest people who show care and concern, you should be able to say it, even to your work colleagues, that, look, I had a miscarriage. So they might also have a different attitude towards you, because if they don't know you had a miscarriage, they'll keep asking you questions, when is baby coming? So yeah, there are silly questions. Silly question number one will be, when are you buying your new car? Or you've been using this car for long.
Yes.
If you're not close friends, that's a silly question. But
even if you're close friends.
if you're close friends, people ask such questions. People can say, hey, you've been using this car, when is your new car coming? It might just be a joke.
The day you release that new car,
So
what kind of pressure is that?
So that might just be
for me,
for
these
fun.
things can be unnecessary pressure.
They can be.
Yes.
They can be. My only problem is they used not to be pressure. So what has changed? And I'm diagnosing this to be that we think we own our lives. We're not accountable to anyone except ourselves, and the best will be to God.
Yeah.
We're not accountable. We don't think our parents have the right to ask us a lot of questions. We don't think that, look, if you're a couple and in marriage you're not giving birth, I mean, it's delayed, you're answerable to your parents, because when you guys came together, part of the expectation will be for you to begin to create a family.
Yes.
Okay? So everybody is anxious for it. Parents are waiting to become grandparents. Aunties are looking forward to it. That might not be necessary in terms of how they push it to you. But I think if there's a medical condition, you, the lady or the guy, should be able to tell your parents about it.
Yeah.
In that case, they measure the expectations of what is going to happen.
Okay, so in my case, yes, you've told your parents about it. Your family knows it. I mean, help is on the way. I mean, and then you meet people who are just around. Hey, I'm having my second child. Yeah, didn't you get married before I did? I mean, you see, and those are the kind of pressure I am talking about. For close family, yes. I mean, close family are with you in times of pain, in times of happiness. And so, yeah, they are there for everything. But the pressure from the people who we don't know whether they are really concerned, or we don't know whether they are just being inquisitive. That's where
Again, it's pressure. If one particular person or group of people persistently ask you the same question.
Okay.
I agree, that is pressure.
Okay.
But if randomly people ask you questions, it's a natural societal expectation. It's just like if I saw you outside in a certain kind of dress that is meant for your bedroom.
Okay.
I'm going to ask, is everything okay? And everybody in our community, our neighbors, have every right to ask you, is everything okay? Because the community or the society has an expectation. What we see in our generation now is people are saying, you have no right to ask me. Now, if you notice...
To ask me sensitive questions.
No, so these are not... It's only sensitive because of how you handle it. Again, have you noticed that when you get to the airport, there are some young ladies, maybe guys too, who are wearing bathroom sandals and pajamas to board plane?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this wouldn't have happened some years ago.
Yeah.
Because before you leave the house, your parents would have questioned what you're wearing, or your neighbor would have questioned why you're wearing something for the bedroom outside. Now nobody is questioning it because people don't think they're accountable to them, and it's gone to the extent of showing up at the airport. Now nobody has prescribed dress code for airport. I know that, but there are dress code for everything. Reason why when you're going to swim, you don't go in a suit. The swimming costume for it, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm just saying we're making even common things like where do you work a sensitive conversation.
Oh no, that is genuine. That is just asking about you.
Somebody who is not working,
yes,
would think that that's an offensive question. Now,
no, she's not working for a reason. So she'll tell you, oh no, I'm not.
She should
not
be able
working.
to say it.
Yeah, she's not working for a reason. Unless you're not working for. I mean, well, yes, there's no reason, but there's a reason for. So where do you work? And then you can say what you're doing now.
Same way. When is our first child coming? There's a reason. You should say, "Oh, we're not ready yet," or if the person is close to you, there's the opportunity for you to say, "Hey, we're going through a little bit of a medical issue. We're trying to deal with it. These are the steps we're taking." Now, you will realize that if that person is a genuine friend, occasionally, and I'm saying people should be wise also about these things, but occasionally should be able to call and say, "Charlie, hey, I hope you guys are making progress. I hope you're doing well," and that should be genuine, you know. So I get the point of pressure, and I think that our generation is under unnecessary pressure, not so much because of the questions that are asked, but because of the way we have been oriented and the way we come towards life. So if we think we're accountable to society, if we think we're accountable to the closest people around us, if we think we're accountable to each other as a couple, I think questions shouldn't be sensitive at all. Maybe a sensitive question would strangely, other cultures don't have issues with certain questions we
Africans have.
You know, for instance, somebody can ask you, how much money do you earn?
Yeah.
Elsewhere.
Yes.
And then you say it because it's a public. When I say it's public information, anybody with the right authorization can check on how much money you earn.
Yeah.
Or it is easy to know how much money people within a certain category earn. So but here it's offensive to ask somebody how much money do you earn. You know, one, because maybe a lot of people don't make the right money, and one, anyways.
Well, anyway, this is, I mean, always a kind of a food for thoughts for me. Generally, I don't ask people questions. I don't probe into people's things. I don't even remember asking anybody about when you're buying a new car, or when they're changing, or when the baby's coming. I don't remember asking things like that. I mean, yeah, we can joke if you're my friend. Yeah, we can joke about a baby, especially when I know you are done. I can say, "Oh yeah, 2 more," and then we all laugh about it and all that. But I don't think I have seen my friend and asked her genuinely when I know that, yeah, she's been married for so many years, there's no baby, and then I would ask her again. Oh, it's like, I don't know. I have never asked. I don't ask these kind of questions. I don't ask people questions until you come and tell me. Even when you tell me, there's a way we discuss it, and then I'll never come and ask again. It's like putting fire into already a hot flame. So that's.
I think people should be just wise about what questions they ask, but we should be prepared to give answers when people ask questions because they're legit questions.
Okay. Well, sometimes when Nathan asks people some questions like business questions, like Nathan asked somebody, oh yeah, the person actually took us to his new home and showed us his home and how happy he was to have a new home. And then Nathan asked him, oh, so how much did you buy the house? And he said it. He said it. And then I pinched him, behind, like, how are you asking him that? He said, but he said it. I mean, I wanted to know. He just told me without even blinking.
You should be able to tell.
I was like, okay, maybe
Very
that's
simple.
you guys, your language. So anyway, we have a lot to do today. So let's wrap up here.
So I'm gonna get ready to go to work.
Yeah,
She's also going to work.
Yeah, getting ready. It's a busy day. Fridays are actually
Yeah.
the busiest day for me. So I'm going to get ready, take a shower, then off we go. I'm all set for today. I'm going for a couple of meetings, pick up the kids from school, and then we are back home. Yeah, that pretty much sums up my day. I hope you guys have a good day. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, share, and comment. Oops, I left my phone.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing.